some of the focus has shifted to China. Shanghai was down the equivalent of 500 points in the Dow. And so we want to see if that begins to heat up. Indonesia raised their rate, didn't really move their currency much, so we still haven't resolved the contagion factor. The key today was that the S&P held above 2,800. That's what allowed the Dow to turn back and move from down over 300 points to just 200 points. The war is not over yet. You might wind up seeing some new pressure coming in. I'm a little concerned that West Texas Intermediate looks like it's beginning to break below 65. That's an important point on the charts. If it conclusively breaks below that, then we might see further weakness in oil. The energy stocks could desert us. So luckily, it's not panic selling. It was a lot of it was selling into a vacuum. The bids were you couldn't find a bid around with a gun. And, yeah. But we seem to have calmed down now. So I think the viewers want to watch throughout the afternoon. Do they start to put pressure on them again? And the key factor will be, can the S&P hold above 2,800?
10-year 285. Are you back to your bearish call on 10-year yields?
Well, on yield, yeah. Bearish. I think the Fed might have to start rethinking what its policy is. And what we forget about is, the deficit has increased, and we are going to have more bonds issued. And so you've got the Fed on one side deciding what they want to do, but you're going to get upward pressure on rates simply by the large volume of bonds that we're going to be issuing. So they've got to take that consideration. I think the central banks around the world are watching very carefully here to see what's going to happen, to see what's going to go. There's a lot of geopolitical undercurrents here. You're talking about Turkey's in NATO. Turkey's trying to make an alliance with Russia.
And now Qatar's committing investment.
Absolutely. So there's more at work here than just economics, but for now the economics are in the front line.
Art, even if we don't get contagion from the Turkish lira, at what point do investors need to reprice multinationals because of the strong dollar impact and perhaps weaker buying from emerging markets customers? Taking a look at Apple or Oracle or I don't know, any of a number of bigger companies that rely on overseas revenue.
Yeah, no, that's going to be critical, and you will see it coming up again and again. I think that's a little bit of what happened today. As I said, the Chinese markets got whacked, and people said, wait a minute, maybe this trade war thing is a little bigger than we thought, and it might provide for a little bit of a slowdown. So that's why you're seeing some of the activity you see today.